Hi, everybody. I'm doing another check-in. I just want to let you guys know that the grades are available for the policy advocacy assignment that you guys submitted about 2 weeks ago. You can find, again, those comments and grades and feedback all there in the grade center. You should be able to anyway. Let me know if you can't. Overall, again, I was really pleased with the work that you guys are submitting. I think you guys are giving good thought to these assignments. You're organizing them well. You're writing them well. Um, it's clear that you're incorporating the material from the modules into these papers. You're doing really well. I'm excited to read these things. It's great. It was so interesting when I was reading your different topic areas. It's just amazing how nuanced these different issues are and how our specific policy interests or social problems that we take on don't necessarily speak for themselves. I'll give you a couple of examples of some of the interesting contrasts I saw. So for example, some of the people in the class had an interest in ensuring that termination of parental rights happened quickly enough in a timely manner to ensure that children wouldn't lag in the system and have to remain in out-of-home placements for longer than they had to given the disruptive nature on their lives, of course. Whereas some people in the class were advocating for additional programming to keep families together longer, to aim toward family preservation so that parents wouldn't lose rights of their children. So you can see how, while of course, both of those arguments have merit, from a policymaker's standpoint, they could be hearing from you two in the same day. And these, totally seemingly contradictive arguments. So it's very important to be clear, concise, lead with your strongest points in terms of your argument and not leave too much room for ambiguity. Yeah, it was really interesting reading these papers. I wish you guys could have the same perspective and read all of them. It's a great learning experience for me too. Every now and then there's something I'm like, wow, I had no idea. This is great. Anyhow, so thank you guys for turning in such great work. And for citing things appropriately. You guys are doing really well with that. Just remember, if it is a direct quotation, to include a page number or a paragraph number if it's an online source that doesn't have a page. But overall, you guys are doing great with that, and that's such a pleasure to not be having to nag people too much about that. Let's see, what else? So I wanted to mention to you all that I know that we don't have too many assignments in the gradebook now, but right now you do have the first two major papers, and you have one discussion board post, soon to be two. I know Nicole's working on those second discussion board post grades now, and she should have those up, I believe, next week. So you do have some grades entered there, not quite half, but almost half, and we're approaching midterm. So I wanted to encourage you all to take a moment to just look in the grade center to kind of check things out, make sure everything's as you expect it to be based on the feedback and the grades you've received from me. Sometimes there are strange things that happen in Blackboard, and I really appreciate you guys helping me to kind of stay on top of all of that. Certainly better now than at the end of the semester. And I wanted to mention the last day to ditch our class with the university level would be March 27th. So it's definitely important to be paying attention to that. I'm not concerned about anybody in our class in terms of, whether you should be considering trying to withdraw from the class, but I just wanted to mention that for those of you who might have those thoughts about this class or any other class. March 27th is the deadline through the university that's been, we're being encouraged from the program directors and everybody. Remind students if they're thinking about it. So keep that in mind. It's an important date. Also, with regard to midterm, I will be reaching out to you all probably in the next week or so, maybe over spring break or just after we get back to gather some feedback from you all. I will have just a very short, a few questions, an anonymous online survey for you guys. I'll link it on our Blackboard site. If you have any thoughts about how I can improve the course, things that you really like about the course, things that you really wish, were different, please feel free to share your thoughts there. I'm hopeful that you'll be honest at this point because this is my opportunity to respond to your critique and feedback. Once I get the critique and feedback through those student opinion of instructions at the end of the semester, I can't do anything. It's all too late at that point. So if you do have thoughts about ways that I could make this a better learning experience for you, please let me know through that survey. There's some opportunity for, just writing in your thoughts. So, and I won't know who submitted which thoughts. It is anonymous. And because it's online, it's pretty safe. Anyhow, so I encourage you to take use of that and let me know what you think. Lastly, this is turning into a long video. I try to keep them under 5 minutes. I apologize. I wanted to kind of let you guys know on our Blackboard site, I created an outside resources tab. Sorry, it's the end of the day and my tongue's not cooperating with me. The outside resources tab, it should be right under the video chats tab on your interface with Blackboard. And that's kind of just an informal space where I'm collecting some of the different topics that you guys have focused on and linking to different news articles or policy documents. It's kind of just like those conversations you have with professors after class. That's how I'm trying to think of this. I'm trying to find different ways to give you more through this online experience. So, to interesting things that people mention in their papers, I'm trying to link to it there as if we're having a sidebar conversation in class. And if you guys do want to turn that into an actual conversation, please feel free. If you want to let me know, I could create a separate discussion board forum that's not a graded forum, that's just kind of a place for us to freely chat as we have time and we're able about any of these issues or different policy developments, articles, things like that. So that tab is there, and I'll continue to plug things into there. Right now, it's only reflecting some content that came up within the first paper, the ethical dilemma paper. I linked to some of the different things that I thought you might find interesting there. But I'll plug in some recurring themes and issues that came up in the policy advocacy paper. I'll link to those as well there. All right, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to touch base on, and I'll let you go since I'm at 7 minutes now. Anyhow, please let me know if you need any help with anything. If you have any questions or concerns about the course or some of the assignments or anything, please know that I'm always here. Nicole's always there to receive your emails, and we'll be happy to respond as well if it's something you'd rather reach out to her with. But we're here to help. So, all right. Take care, everyone.